Hello students, in the previous class we have seen the different types of hybridization. Today let us discuss about coordinate covalent bond. So this is a special type of covalent bond. So what is coordinate covalent bond here? So it is a special type of covalent bond which is formed, means what here, the shared pair of electrons will contribute electrons to the one atom only. Okay, so means what here, the atom contributes electron pair of sharing, we call it as donor, and which accept electrons we call it as acceptor. Okay, so these two atoms we call it as what, coordinate covalent bond or day2 bond or donor acceptor bond we can say. So what we can say here, what is coordinate covalent bond here? So a special type of covalent bond is formed in which the shared pair of electrons contributed by one atom only. So means what here? So let us see here. A special type of covalent bond is formed in which the shared pair of electrons contributed by one atom only we are saying. So means what happening here, the atom which is contributes electron pair. So here what happens, sharing, we call it as what here, the atom which contributes electron pair of sharing, we call it as donor. Okay, so which donates electrons, the atom sorry for the disturbance. The atom which donates electron pair is called what here, is called donor, and the atom which accepts the electrons we call it as acceptor. Okay, so this one we call it as what here, the between the this one we call it as the between these two atoms, we call it as what here, the between these two atoms we call it as what here, coordinate covalent bond. Day2 bond, donor acceptor bond. Okay, so this is nothing but coordinate covalent bond. So simple example I'm going to say here, NH3 I'm taking and H plus I'm taking. Okay, so when you take here, the H plus is having atomic number 1. Okay, so here there is no, if there is a pleasure, there is a loss of electrons. So NH3 is having what here, electrons. So what I have told you, this H plus will accept electron from N. So means what here, N is donating. So where N is donating, that one we call it as what here, when N is the atom N which donates electrons to the other atom, that one we call it as donor. So means what here, N is donating electrons to the H plus, this one we call it as donor. So H what doing, H accepting the electrons, that one we call it as acceptor. So here the between these two such atoms, which bond is forming, that one we call it as coordinate covalent bond. So finally it is forming NH4 plus. So means what happening here, the completely filled electrons of N electrons is sharing electrons to the vacant orbitals, that one we call it as coordinate covalent bond or day2 bond or donor acceptor bond. Okay, so this is nothing but coordinate covalent. So this is the meaning of this one. So what I'm saying here, listen carefully. So here H plus, actually the atomic number of H is 1. So here the plus indicates what? There will be loss of 1 electron. So that's why there is no electrons here. This is a empty orbital we are having. But coming to nitrogen, it is having electrons. So when N is donating electrons to H plus, that one we call it as donor. So when H plus is taking electrons from N, that one we call it as acceptor. So that's why we call it as it is a donor acceptor bond. And one more thing what we can say here, so when completely filled electrons is giving electrons to the empty filled orbitals, that one we call it as what here? Coordinate covalent bond or day 2 bond. Okay, so this is nothing but what here? So this is nothing but coordinate covalent bond. So which type of compounds it is going to form? NH4 plus, NH3, BF3, BF4 minus. So these are the complexes it is containing day 2 bonds. Okay, so the important condition for day 2 bond formation is that donor should have one lone pair of electrons and the acceptor should have what here? Vacant orbital. So what is the condition here? The important condition, for day 2 bond formation. So day 2 bond formation is that what here? The donor atom should have one lone pair of electron. Here we are having one lone pair, no, so that's why it is donating electrons, no, that's why I'm saying the donor atom should have one lone pair of electron. And the acceptor, so this is accepting electrons, no, so this one should have what here? Vacant orbital. And the acceptor should have vacant orbital. Okay, so compounds which is having day 2 bonds are not electrical conductance. They dissolves in solvent like CCl4 only. The melting point and boiling point of these compounds is intermediate to ionic compounds and covalent compounds. We can say what we can say here. So here the dissolving solvents like CCl4. Okay, so here what we can say, the melting point and boiling point of these compounds so means what here? Intermediate to ionic compounds and covalent compounds. Okay, so these are about the coordinate covalent bond. Okay, so next one, let us discuss about molecular orbital theory postulates. So it is next one, let us discuss about what here? Molecular orbital theory postulates. So this theory generally this theory was proposed by Mulliken. Okay, so what we can say here, this theory generally proposed by Mulliken and Hund. This theory was proposed by whom? This theory was proposed by Mulliken and whom. Okay, so what happens here? How the molecular orbital is going to form? When atomic orbital of the bonded atoms combine to form molecular orbitals. If you combine 2 atomic orbitals, it will give 2 molecular orbitals. If you combine 3 molecular orbitals, it will give 3 molecular orbitals. So means what here? When atomic orbitals of bonded atoms combine, lose their identity to form molecular orbitals, we can say. So what we can say here? atomic orbitals, that one we call it as AO of the bonded atom. Combine, lose their identity to form molecular orbitals. Okay, so this is nothing but what here, when you combine atomic orbitals, for example n2 you have taken, n is one atom, another one is n atom, so two atoms totally you will be getting n2. Okay, when you combine those two you will be getting molecular orbital. So here the electrons in a molecule resides in molecular orbital, so it will give what here, it will resides the molecular orbital we can say. So what we can say here, the electrons in a molecule reside in molecular orbital we can say. Molecular orbital is the region around the nuclei. Okay, so means what here, it will find the electron in maximum or wave function of a molecule. So what we can say here, whenever you are taking here molecular orbital means what here, 1 minute. So sorry for the disturbance. So what we can say here, molecular orbital. So when you take molecular orbital, so this is the reason, means what here, you can find the electron in the molecule. So here molecular orbital, so here molecular orbital is the reason around the so what we can say here, molecular orbital of the region around the nuclei where the probability of finding electron is maximum we can say, or the wave function of a molecule. So this is nothing but what here, this is nothing but molecular orbital theory. Okay, so here when you take, so what I'm saying here, this point molecular orbital is the region, so it is the region around the nuclei. So whenever you are around the nuclei means what here, finding electrons is maximum. So if you take nuclei, okay, so here electron we are finding, so probability of finding an electron is maximum, means what, more number of electrons we are finding, or we find it as a wave function of a molecule. So by this what we can say, by this we are getting here molecular orbital. Okay, so this is nothing but this point. So here the electrons of all atom, if you take molecule, so whatever you take electrons of all atom, it revolve around the nucleus. So it revolve around the nucleus in the molecule. So what we can say here, the electrons of all the atoms in a molecule are revolving under the nucleus in a molecule, under the nucleus in a molecule. So this is nothing but point. How the sun is rotating around the nucleus? In the same way here, the electrons what you are taking here. Okay. So the electrons what you are taking here, it is also revolving around the nucleus in a molecule. So what is next one we can say here? The molecular orbitals are formed when atomic orbitals combine linearly. So means what here? The atomic orbitals sorry for the disturbance, there is no clear of it. It is not getting clear. The atomic orbitals combine to form molecular orbitals, you can say. And also shape of molecular orbitals depends upon the what here? The shape also depends upon the atomic orbitals. Each molecular orbital will accommodate 2 electrons with opposite spin. Okay. So means what here? Each electrons. Will accommodate 2 electrons with opposite spin. So means how it is going to have? So it is going to have like this. Okay. So opposite spins we are having. That's why we are saying what here? If you take molecular orbital, it will accommodate 2 electrons with opposite spins. So here the molecular orbitals are arranged in the increasing order of energy, and also the electrons are filled in same order. Okay. So what we can say here? The molecular orbitals are arranged in the increasing order of energy, and electrons are filled in the same order. Okay, so this is about what here? Molecular orbitals. So this is going to arrange in increasing order of energy. Whatever electrons we are taking here, it should have same order. Okay, and also according to Hund's rule, we have to fill the molecular orbitals. So according to Hund's rule, we have to fill the what here? According to Hund's, what is Hund's rule? Hund's rule is nothing but after filling of electrons only, again we have to start filling the electrons. Next electrons. According to Hund's rule, the molecular orbitals are filled. Okay, and coming to here, next one we are having here. There will be atomic orbitals which is having same energy and symmetry will combine to give molecular orbitals also. Means what here? Atomic orbitals which is having same energy can also give molecular orbitals. So this can be, so these are the general properties we are having. Again LCAO method, that one can be discussed tomorrow. Okay, in that we are going to have bonding orbitals, anti-bonding orbitals. So due to the linear combination of atomic orbitals, we are going to read that one. So these are general characteristics of the molecular orbitals. So what is the first rule we are taking? It was proposed by Mulliken and Hund. So when you means the atomic orbitals of bonded atom combine to form molecular orbital, we can say here the electrons in a molecule will reside in molecular orbital, we can say. And molecular orbital what you are taking here, it is probability of finding the nucleus of an electron in the molecule, or we can say the wave function of the molecule. So electrons of all the atoms in a molecule. So how the sun is revolving around the earth, in the same way electrons will revolve around the nucleus in a molecule. And also atomic orbital will combine to give what here? Molecular orbitals. So each molecular orbitals will have what here? 2 electrons with opposite spin like this. And also the molecular orbitals are arranged in the increasing order with the same energy and also same order. Okay. So according to Hund's rule, what we can say, the molecular orbitals are filled first. After that we can fill another electrons. So and also what we can say here, the molecular orbitals what we are taking, so it will be according to symmetry. It should have similar energy and symmetry will combine to give molecular orbital. So this is about postulates of molecular orbital theory. In the next class, by using molecular orbital theory LCMO method, we can discuss one more postulates. Thank you.